Hello, my name is Chi Din. I'm with Avignon Realty Coaching and Training. Today, I will go over the Texas Realtors Residential Buyer-Tenant Representation Agreement. And this form can be used if you have a membership or you're a member of the Texas Association. Otherwise, it is not authorized. So now I'm going to start with paragraph number 1, parties. Parties to this agreement are the client, which is the buyer, and the broker. And the information will go here with the client is and the broker. Paragraph 2, appointment. So client grants to the broker the exclusive right to act as a client's real estate agent for the purpose of acquiring property in the market area. Paragraph 3, definitions. And this goes into the definition of acquire means to purchase or lease, and then what it is, the definition of closing, and then also the definition of market area, and then D, property. Paragraph 4, term. So this agreement commences on this date and then ends at 11:59 p.m. on this date. Paragraph 5, broker's obligation. Broker will A, use broker's best effort to assist client in acquiring property in the market area. B, assist client in negotiating the acquisition of property in the market area. And C, comply with other provisions of this agreement. Paragraph 6 is client's obligation. So client will A, work exclusively through broker in acquiring property in the market area and negotiate the acquisition of property in the market area only through broker. B, inform other brokers, salesperson, sellers, and landlords with whom client may have contact that broker exclusively represent client for the purpose of acquiring property in the market area and refer to all such person to broker. And C, comply with other provisions of this agreement. And on the bottom of the page, if there's a broker, associate, and client initial, those initial will go here on the bottom. And then there's buyer-tenant representation agreement between the parties would go here on top. 7, representations. So this has A, B, C, and D, what that looks like in regarding to representation, like each person signing this agreement represented that the other person has the legal capacity and authority to bind the respective party to this agreement. B and C will go more into what representations looks like. Paragraph 8, intermediary. So this needs to be checked at either A or B only if the buyer agreed to have a intermediary status, then A would check, and then if not, then B will be checked. And then there's further notice. If broker acts as an intermediary under paragraph 8A, then broker and broker associates needs to, for example, may not disclose to client that the seller or landlord will accept a price less than the asking price unless otherwise instructed in a separate writing by the seller or landlord. And then you can read on to see more of what the notice entails. 9, competing clients. Client acknowledges that broker may represent other prospective buyers or tenants who may seek to acquire properties that may be of interest to client. And then you can read more on the competing clients. Paragraph 10, confidential information. During the term of this agreement or after its termination, broker may not knowingly disclose information obtained in confidence from client except as authorized by client or required by law. And there's more to confidential information. Paragraph 11, that's broker's fees. We have commission for A, and the broker's fee regarding commission, that could be a percentage of the gross sales price or a percentage of 1 month's rent or a percentage of all rents if that has to do with a lease. And then B, source of commission payment, and then C, earned and payable, D, additional compensation, E, acquisition of broker's listings, and then F, Then more of, in addition to commission specified under paragraph 11A, broker is also entitled to the following fees: construction, service provider. And then there's also 3 of any other under addition to commission. Then there's also protection period, H, escrow authorization, and then the county or broker are to be paid in cash. Paragraph 12, mediation. So the parties agree to negotiate in good faith in an effort to resolve any dispute that may arise related to this agreement or any transaction related to or contemplated by this agreement. So that's an option before resorting to arbitration or litigation is mediation. Paragraph 13 has to do with default. If either party's default, then if client is in default, then client would be liable for the amount of compensation that broker would have received in this agreement. If client was not in default, so if broker is in default, then client might exercise any remedy at law. Attorney's fees. So if client or broker is a prevailing party in any legal proceeding brought as a result of a dispute under this agreement or any transaction related to this agreement, such party will be entitled to recover from the non-prevailing party all costs of such proceeding and reasonable attorney fees. Paragraph 15, this is limitation of liability. So neither broker nor any other broker or their associate is responsible or liable for any personal injuries or for any loss or damage to any person's property that is not caused by broker. And there's more to the limitation of liability. Then there's addenda. So addenda and other related documents which are part of this agreement are the information about brokerage services, protecting your home from mold, information concerning property insurance, general information and notice to buyers and sellers, and then protect your family from lead in your home, information about special flood hazard areas, and for your protection, get a home inspection. So these are all really great addenda to inform and give to your client. There's any special provisions, only factual statement will go here to paragraph 17. And then paragraph 18 are additional notices to buyer regarding brokers' fees, and the sharing of fees between brokers are not fixed, controlled, recommended, suggested, or maintained by the Association of Realtor or any listing service. There's also notice regarding to fair housing law and the National Association Realtor Code of Ethics. There's also a notice regarding broker is not a property inspector or surveyor, engineer, environmental assessor, or compliance inspector. So clients should seek expert to render such service in any acquisition. And then more D, if client purchased property, clients should have an abstract covering the property exam by an attorney of client selection, or client should be furnished with or obtain a title policy. E, client may purchase a resident service contract. And then F, when viewing a property, client may be recorded or otherwise monitored without client's knowledge or consent. And then also to reduce the risk of wire fraud. Regarding G, that's to inform the buyer regarding possible, or to do what it takes to reduce the risk of wire fraud. And then finally, consult an attorney. Broker cannot give legal advice. This is a legally binding agreement, and read it carefully. If you do not understand the effect of this agreement, consult your attorney before signing. And then there's broker printed name and license. You check if it's a broker signature or broker associate signature as an authorized agent or broker. If there's broker associate printed name, if applicable, will go here. Client's printed name, signature, and date. And then if there's multiple clients, then that information will go here. Thank you. And that is the Texas Realtors Residential Buyer Tenant Representation Agreement. If you have any questions or anything that's not clear for you, I invite you to speak to your mentor or broker. So thank you.